Good afternoon, Eric Arnold here. Good afternoon. It is Sunday. I don't know, probably sometime after 5 o'clock on Sunday, March 22nd, here in eastern Pennsylvania in my barn, which doubles as my YouTube studio. I think I've been remiss on keeping track of our subscribers since the world ended. Believe we're up to 25 now. Subscribers 22, 23, 24, 25. Thanks for joining us. If you're looking for handicapping picks, you're going to have to wait just like the rest of us. I'm not, I honestly don't, Range, I don't know what you're doing. I haven't gone over to your channel since the world ended. Are you seeking out sports that are still operational? Football in Russia or Australian rules football. I actually saw FS1, I think, did have one of those games on. I'm not. I can't. Maybe I'm still up in the denial or anger phase of grief, and I haven't gotten down to acceptance yet where I've realized, okay, I've got to find some other sport that's operational. I guess part of me thinks that what the hell's the point? By the time I get into that sport, they'll just shut that one down too. My brother told me that they're going to start playing basketball in South Korea at the end of April. So, sounds like bullshit, but hey, he probably read it on the internet, so it must be true. I don't know what I got for you here today. A bunch of poorly formed thoughts bouncing around in my head. So this will probably just be word salad day. Stuff will come out that probably won't make any cogent sense or meaning. Sports-wise, I went before I came out here, checked MLB thinking, all right, well, that Bucky Dent game was fun, and it was fun reliving, some of that old time stuff. I remember watching that game. It was a afternoon game. I was in 5th grade. They started the game around 2:30. I got home around 3:34, and it was on ABC. Keith Jackson. So I got to watch most of the game, and very exciting. I mean, I was probably rooting for the Red Sox, but not really rooting for the Red Sox that summer. My parents had taken me up to the Boston area, so I got to see Fenway Park, got to see it from the Prudential Building, and I always thought, wow, this is so cool, I could watch a game for free up here. One of her college friends, they were big Red Sox fans. I know I was up there because I remember being up there during the 44-game hitting streak. Pete Rose had a 44-game hitting streak in 1978, and the whole country was captivated by it. That is what baseball really needs is to play games. But if and when baseball ever starts again, more than a home run chase, they need a hitting streak. That sport needs a hitting streak. Nothing captures the imagination of the baseball public more than a hitting streak, which is anymore in today's game just damn near impossible because of all the specialists and all the pitching's better. Like I said, I didn't have anything really specific to tell you today, so I'm just kind of talking in a big circle. Anyway, I think MLB had on the World Baseball Classic, was so disappointed. It's like, oh God. You've got over 100 years of good games you can show me, and you're showing me this. Come on. I mean, it seems like their library should be limitless, and they're showing me the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Jesus. I guess I left to my own devices, have to go to YouTube, see what I can find. Anyway, news-wise, I don't know, I was all... Stay. News-wise, I was trying to find kernels of hope yesterday. Not sure they're there. here was the final tally for yesterday as far as deaths go. Remember, we're talking deaths. We don't give a shit about cases. So 46 deaths. So less, and now it's all just blown out of the water. Today's gonna be, not over yet. Apparently the number cutoff is at 8 o'clock. It looks like they're using Greenwich Mean Time, I guess, to keep a world meter. I guess use Greenwich Mean Time, trying to, I guess, keep a standard time because, you know, the country's all over the world, so that makes sense. Which I guess works out to 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Savings Time. At any rate, so that gives about 3 hours left. Well, at any rate, the number for today is going to be somewhere around that. So that sucks. That's not anywhere near what we want. Yeah, that's basically by far the worst day yet. I'd blame New York, but what's the point? I mean, it's a big city. You get what you get. Of course, you're going to have more cases up there. I'm hearing these politicians continually throw around crazy stuff like it's just, hey, this might take 8 months. This could take 9 months. 80% of the population's going to be infected. You mean you're going to lock me down for 8-9 months and still 80% is going to be infected? Is that what I heard, or that's not what you meant to say? Did you mean to say something like, if you lock us all down, maybe only 40% will be infected? And even that, it's like, subscriber Notorious B keeps reminding me that these politicians often are copying what I've already said on these videos. That I think 2 weeks ago, when I was sitting in my car, I used the analogy that we're going to war. Well, now they're all using that one. So I don't know how you picked it up off of me, because the views are like 2. So I guess people watching this video are talking to their congressman or something. But at any rate, they're all talking about being on a wartime footing. I'm a wartime president, blah, blah, blah. I know we don't do this anymore, but back in the day when we went to like mobilize the whole country kind of war, we voted on this stuff. You know, they actually would have a vote in Congress where they would vote for war or not vote for war. I know guys like Rand Paul, who's positive now with the virus. He tested positive. Asymptomatic though. So that's, I mean, you know, am I afraid of this or not? I'm not even sure. Everybody's getting it, but a lot of people, it just doesn't affect them. So, you know, am I scared of this? I don't know. At any rate, as Rand Paul points out repeatedly, it's like, hey, we don't vote to go to war anymore. They just do it. It's like, maybe we should vote to go to war. And I'm starting to kind of come around to that way of thinking. It's like, you guys are just making some pretty goddamn huge decisions. I mean, huge, in the huge Donald Trump sense of the word, decisions, and we're not really involved in them. You're just doing it. And you're just doing it. So, whatever, is this day 7? I'm still on team government. I guess I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about the leadership here on team government, because I'm not sure I like the path team government's going down. You know, talking about 6 to 12 month lockdowns. I don't think it's going to work, man. I really don't. They acknowledge it as much. You know, here in Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf has already been sued for his lockdown orders. At a certain point, the courts, I guess, are going to have to crawl out of their hole and make a ruling as to whether he has the juice to lock us all in our homes or he doesn't. The local district attorney has already made a statement basically saying, hey, we can't enforce this order. Now, I don't know if he means, you know, I didn't read the articles. I guess I should have before I talk about it. So I don't know if he means we can't enforce this order because it's illegal, or we can't enforce this order because we don't have the dudes. I think it's probably the second one. They just don't have the personnel to enforce this stuff. so they can bang on their drums, and the governor of New Jersey is unhappy. I believe his word, unhappy. He's unhappy. I think his word was damned unhappy. He's damned unhappy. The people are defying his order to stay home, and so he's going to crack down even more. Well, at a certain point, they just cannot crack down anymore because what they need is our cooperation to stay home. So they're doing a shitty job of selling it. They really are. They need to do a better job of convincing me why this is the end of the world and I need to stay home. And I am staying home. We're endangering no one here in the sports barn. We watch our TV, we cook our meal. If I run out of food, I go to the grocery store. My parents run out of food, I go get them food at the grocery store. Do my social distancing, do all that. At what point they decide that I can't even do that and the National Guard's going to bring me the food. I question that again. They don't have dudes for that. We'll starve to death while we're waiting for the National Guard takeout service. I don't know. This is a complete shitty mess, and I'm not real excited about where this is going. This is all going ugly, nasty, bad places. All bad. It's all bad right now, man. And it's getting to the point where sports is so far off the radar. It's this is stuff that you wished. This is stuff the doomsday preppers have always dreamed of, and even those guys now that it's here, I think are wondering, wow, where would I wish for? This is going to be a shit show. So that's a big circle. Well, there goes my wife to go attend to something her parents need. So breaking curfew, breaking the law. Like I said, I guess they need to be clear on what exactly we can or can't do. I don't know what else I got to say for you. Still on team government, but I wish team government would perhaps enunciate a little more what they think they're going to be expecting of us, because I think just simply putting us in our homes and say, stand by, waiting for Godot, stand by. If you don't know what that is, that's a short story where two guys are waiting for this guy named Godot. Well, he never does show up. So that's right now what I kind of feel like. I'm locked in a room, and we don't know how long we're here. And I think I can talk about these things without being a shit. I pay my taxes. Furthermore, I'm in the at-risk category. I'm a plus over 50 man with type A blood. I would argue I'm one of the most at-risk people to die. Certainly more than my wife. Certainly more than the millennials out there, or children. So I think we can reasonably discuss. I'm not saying we should do it yet. I haven't come to that conclusion, but I think we should at least discuss the option of just turning it loose and doing the best we can. Go old school, that's what they did in 1918, and I guess what, the world did not end. There was a 1919, there was a 1920. Yeah, some people died. Great-great-grandmother died. She might have died anyway if we had had this giant crazy lockdown in 1918, 1919, like we're on the road to doing right now. So, I think it's something we should be thinking about here right now. It's like, okay, at what point, when are we going to think about lifting this? What's the end game here? I haven't heard a whole lot about end game. This is all just, okay, sit in your house and we'll see how it goes. So I'm not getting nervous. Team government for now. Team government. Go team government. All right, that's all I got. Probably talk again tomorrow. Bye-bye.